Scott Milanovich, the day before final preseason game. What are you looking for from this game tomorrow night?
Just tighten up our assignments, finding guys out there that made the jump from last week, the little mistakes, losing the fundamentals, the details on special teams, all those things. We're looking for a jump there.
Taylor will be starting, and again, what are you looking for from him?
Yeah, it's the same things. Make good decisions, get us into the right play, protect the football, and get us in the end zone. So it's not really going to change much from week to week for those guys. It's the same every week.
You aren't starting according to the depth chart, and I guess we'll see how the game plays out. That many starters or potential starters. I'm assuming that's because you need to see some other battles there.
Yeah, it's multiple reasons. We need to see some other battles. We play in Alberta 7 days after that game, so it's a combination of guys that we know that are going to be starters, giving them a break on their legs, getting them fresh, and the guys that we need to see, we're going to see.
But Toronto's playing a lot of their A people. Now, is that a good thing for Taylor to be able to go against, basically what looks like will be their A defense?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for all these guys to shine. And, it doesn't really matter to us who's out there. We got to go out and do our job. So it's a great opportunity for Taylor and for all the guys out there.
Can you outline what happens after the game and over the next 24 hours? What happens there?
Coaches and personnel staff will be evaluating the guys that are on the bubble right now. Saturday, cuts will have to be made, and then we'll be right into game plan in Calgary. Sunday, I think there'll be kind of a quick organizational meeting for players. They've got to find housing, all those sorts of things. You vote for captains, you vote on the practice timing, and all those things. Fortunately, when the schedule first came out, we were playing Saturday. So fortunately, we got this extra day to give us some time to kind of get settled in.
How difficult? I've heard many head coaches say this is one of the most difficult times because the number of cuts is so large, and because it's not like other teams are cutting down too. So players are looking at some very uncertainty after they get released.
Yeah, it's it's probably the worst part of the job. Most coaches on our staff have played, so I've been cut. I've been through it on a personal level on both sides of it. So we got good guys on this team. We got good players. I told them that yesterday. We've got some good players here that may not make this team, and I'm all for them going over wherever they can go and finding a chance to play. And there's potential that we have injuries and bring them back if that didn't happen. So yeah, it's uncomfortable for players. It's uncomfortable for staff. You don't want to crush anybody's dream, and that's the hard part about the next couple of days.
Going back to what we talked to yesterday about special teams and that they could play a bigger role here, and maybe I could ask you to reiterate that some of the so-called quote-unquote competitions or battles may come down to what those players can show on special teams. So I'm assuming that you'll maybe do the same as you did last week. On some situations that would normally be in the regular season, you might go for it, but you want to see the special teams, or is that played by game situation? Yeah,
kind of game situation. We want to get our better special teams, or what we think is our better special teams players, some more reps in this game. We need to gel in that area, and it's part of the reason why we're hopeful that things will tighten up in that area in terms of penalties and substitutions and all those things. But we'll play the game as if it's a game. But if we need to get a look at somebody, if we have to manufacture something towards the end of the game, maybe we would do that too.
When you're going to play this game in Guelph, it is an Argos home game, but there's a whole mental thing, at least a memory thing here for Ticat Nation, for anybody that was around this team, following this team in 2013, because that was the season on the road, one of the most unusual seasons in CFL history. Do you have any memories of, you played there in 2013 as defending champions? I think you beat Hamilton pretty good in that game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't really recall the game specifically. I remember the locker rooms were portables that were kind of put up in one of the end zones. Those were unique for sure, but I think they put in some extra stands. It was a good atmosphere. It was as good as they could make it, and we enjoyed playing there. We went on, when I was with that other team, we went on to have training camp there a couple times, so I'm pretty familiar with it. The home of Coach O'Shea, beloved Mike O'Shea, and so we're looking forward to going there tomorrow and see what we can do.